Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday. On Wednesday this week, I talked about self care a little bit more in depth, how that was a huge theme for most of this week. And I went into further detail about boundaries in self care and how that's a necessary part to really utilize, make the full use of it when you are doing techniques. Um, I also said that today I'd be sharing tidbits and suggestions food wise to help facilitate that even further, which I will do. But first, I kind of wanted to bring something up again that I talked about last week. On Monday last week, I shared how August is huge and crazy energy and a whole lot of changes going on. That is certainly true today, I notice. There's a lot more restless energy coming back up. It seems like we've had the few days of rest relaxation and now we're just antsy again. Um, Part of it is that Saturn is going back direct, which means it's going back into its normal rotation. So it's been in retrograde the last few months, and because it's such a big planet, and because it's so far away, it has a lot of deep rooted impact in our lives. It's not necessarily the day to day easy things to notice, but that more deep set, that kind of like when you reflect back after something and you don't notice the changes at first, but then as you look back 6 months later, you're like, wow, I was a completely different person, and here's what's different and went on. So there's a lot of, with it going back into normal rotation, it's stirring up a lot of energy shifts again as well. So that also plays into the antsiness and crazy that's going on lately. And we're going into the full moon that is coming up on Tuesday next week. So I bring that up too, not to just make it so that you're all aware of it and can recognize how it might be affecting you, or maybe you're just noticing things and why am I feeling that. But to also, it really cements in the need for the food things I'll be talking about today. With the self care and boundaries, it's a lot of letting go and really tuning into yourself and supporting yourself. And that includes what you ingest into your body, not just what you do physically, mentally, and emotionally, but also what you feed it. And a big thing for me is just really supporting your energetic and your physical body. So, with that, obviously, people know that foods affect them in different ways when they eat certain things. You have coffee, you get a caffeine jitter. You have chocolate, you feel really good. You have turkey, well, you eat too much turkey and you feel really lethargic and sleepy afterwards because of all the tryptophan. Foods directly impact us in a lot of ways. To best get use out of it and to really help stay grounded with the self care practices that you're doing, and to stay grounded in your boundaries that you're setting for yourselves and with others, the best things that you can do to help maintain that more than just thinking about it is having a lot of dark leafy greens. Lemons and limes are really good. They help to clear out our blood and all of the impurities and the toxins that build out. Avocados are really good right now. They're packed with a lot of potassium that help our bodies absorb more nutrients that it needs, as well as it's full of good fats that our brains need. Lean fishes are also good for that. Salmons, tuna, bass, any of the fishes. Those are also really good in omegas and the fattiness that we need. But stay away from any of the heavier ones that just sit and take a long time to digest. Really, the most important thing is just making sure it's very nutrient dense. So the more raw to its source and the more plant-based and whole it is, the better. You obviously want to stay away from caffeine for obvious reasons. Same with alcohol. Sugar. As I talked about, a lot of people for self-care go to treating themselves, which is all fine and good, but you need to watch your sugar intake because not only will that just spike up your energy, but it also makes you very kind of blasé, where you don't really care about anything, or it just completely shifts your mind and your thoughts. So instead of focusing on growth and kind of stepping outside your box of self-care and really rooting in personal things that you're trying to work on, it tends to do the opposite. Um, if you really need to have that sweet craving, fixed, I'm definitely one that is like that. Dark chocolate is good for that. But you don't need to have a lot. Just a few bites will be more than enough. A lot of times when you're craving sugar, it means that you either need more fiber or more fats, but the good fats. So make sure you're balancing all of that. And those will really help you melt through the week and take everything in stride. Thanks for listening in. I will be back on Monday and we'll see what the week brings with the new moon or the full moon coming up. I'm sure there will be quite a doozy of things. So have a great weekend and I'll see you then. Thanks.